I'm going to get to the details. Right, so as I was just said, this area is designated ground that used to be a burial for an old police station that's now abandoned. Right, in Victorian times, what happened is there have been many deaths that were committed in this police station. So basically what happened was the police would go around looking for people, children I mean, trying to find shrapnel and other bits and pieces, or would just grab children, take them to a police station, and then they would sexually molest those children. But because the police were violent people, occupied by Freemasons who were Satanists, they quite often had sex with children and then they'd brutally kill them or stab them to death in police stations, in secret cellars, in the cells of those police stations. Sorry about my wording earlier, but it's very difficult. You've got this hot sunny weather. I mean, we're in the middle of August, nearly coming into September, and it's just bloody hot. You know, every single day's like it, it's sunny. But anyway, they reported to be about 300 children that were sexually abused and murdered by police officers in this abandoned police station that's basically underneath all this. So this is designated ground now. You know, it's now a farm, but the blood-stained hands of the criminals in the elite and the Freemasons in the police force were a lot more nastier back in those times, in Victorian times. And they would just go looking around, police would just basically go around looking for children to arrest them, to take them in their car, strap them to a car, take them to a police station. They'd have sexually abused them, and then they'd go around telling the families that their children were lost, or they'd never been found, or they'd been murdered, when they've actually committed murder on their children themselves. And obviously the police have also arrested families and murdered the families of these children that they sexually abused or taken away anyway. Now obviously that's not connected to the police station that used to be here before this sweet corn was grown on top of it, but that has happened. I mean, police officers going back to Victorian times, or the 1920s or whatever, they were actually finding children to give Aleister Crowley, the world's wickedest man, so that he could have sex and kill those children. So the police were actually arresting children for Aleister Crowley as well, and to give children to politicians for them to sexually abuse and to drink their blood in satanic rituals. And then obviously with a dead body, they'd play about with the bodies of these children in fireplaces and poking them about with fire pokers, because obviously back in those days the police were more satanic than they are today. So a majority of today's police are sort of Masons, or just sort of in the surface. The public only get to see the surface type of police officers, not the people that are that are further down in the courts and judges and you know, beyond Freemasonry or whatever. But I mean, if we go back to the 1990s, you know, all the teachers that were sexually molesting children at school, you know, the police were allowing them to do it and all the rest of it. Today it doesn't work like that, and the children of today, which basically would include myself, because I was born in the 80s, and you know, the reverse comes to you as you being the sick so-and-so, we're ripping you to pieces with force control, we're gang up and get everybody against you to knock you off or whatever. They'll do anything they can to destroy and rip humanity to pieces. They're just absolutely possessed. Anyway, I thought I'd do that video.